Hey folks, in the aftermath of South African President Cyril Ramaphosa's diplomatic visit to the United States to meet with American President Donald Trump, something that is painfully clear to me and has been for some time, but has only been reinforced by the reaction locally to this visit, is that if there is one thing that will lead to South Africa's ruin as a country, it is the politics of pride. Now, what I'm about to discuss is a very complicated issue, and I want to be clear that although what I'm going to say applies to some black South Africans, it does not by any means apply to all. So if what I am about to describe does not accurately relate to you, then rest assured I'm not talking about you. But nonetheless, this is an issue which I feel should be addressed. There is a dominant strain within South African politics of a kind of radical black nationalism in which its adherents follow the philosophy of Africa for Africans, meaning that they are of the opinion that black South Africans don't need to learn anything from anyone else, they don't need to work with anyone else, and they don't need to negotiate or show respect to anyone else, particularly not if those people are not black themselves, and especially if they happen to be white. The kind of black nationalists to whom I'm referring wouldn't even listen to what I'm saying here purely on the basis that my skin is white. They will dismiss me as a whole laundry list of things: racist, colonizer, beneficiary of apartheid, settler, land thief, and a whole bunch of more violent and vicious names that I won't bother to repeat. But that attitude, the attitude of no negotiation, no compromise, no learning from others, is what maintains the instability and corruption in South Africa. They argue, and by they I mean these black nationalists, that South Africa has everything it needs to be a successful country, and that no external participation or interference is necessary for success. That is simply untrue. It is a fact that South Africa is home to a great amount of mineral wealth, but our leaders have shown that they have no capacity whatsoever to turn raw mineral wealth into usable products which benefit South Africans without the assistance of external forces. And the fact is, it doesn't matter how much gold, platinum, or diamonds you have. If all they are is their raw material and you can't process them into something useful, then all you have is a bunch of metals and minerals in the ground. And so the reason that I say that the Trump visit made this clear is that there are some within the black political sphere in South Africa now who claim that uh, President Ramaphosa is a sellout and a servant of what they call white monopoly capital. Now, the exact definition of the phrase white monopoly capital changes depending on who you ask, but it is this vaguely defined cabal, I guess you could say, of evil white businessmen who apparently control South Africa, despite the fact that the ANC has been the dominant political party in this country for 3 decades. Now, even in saying that, the response of the black nationalist types would be that it doesn't matter that the ANC has been in power for 30 years or more, or that they are black, because for black nationalists of this kind, all the leaders of the ANC are black faces for white power. Because for these people, any bad thing or anything that they simply dislike that happens in this country is the fault of whites at all times and under all circumstances, with no compromise, no negotiation, and no discussion. So that is why I believe that this kind of blind, dogmatic fixation upon the black identity, and not even just the plain black identity, but a very specific kind of black identity politics, will be the eventual ruin of South Africa if it is not stopped by more reasonable perspectives. As always, I hope that you got something useful from what I've said, and if not, too bad. Look after yourselves, take care of each other, and for now, farewell.